Hello everybody, Defudge 3004 here. I am in a game called Breathedge. This just came out in October, late September 2018. It's a really cool game. It has some humorous aspects to it. Some of it's a little crude, but it's all in good humor nature. This game is kind of compared to Subnautica, where you have to go out, collect resources, come back into your life pod, your shuttle to keep protected from where you are. This game is in space, as you can probably tell by the spacesuit that this guy is wearing, and apparently there's only a male character that I can tell so far. This game does have a lot of humor, like I said, and it is in early access. Like I said, it just came out. There's only one chapter. There's not a lot to do. Let's go ahead and check this game out. We're gonna press play, and we're just gonna do the standard game since there is nothing else. And let's just go ahead and get into this. The Red Ruin software team is categorically against smoking, which causes loud headlines in newspapers and other diseases. I like that. It's a good line. And therefore, we suggest that you replace this dangerous cigarette in the robot's claw for something more useful. You can either let him smoke with the right mouse button or yay censorship with the left mouse button. Let's just go and do the censorship. Now he's smoking a carrot.
Here you are again. Did you have time to think of how to behave during the interrogation? Remind him, R2-D3.
Ouch.
You tell us all you know from the beginning. No lie. Confirm?
So I put on a defiant expression, spit in the face of this piece of iron. Ouch.
You tell us all from the beginning, or violence. You tell us that you fly to the funeral, but the liner explode radicals of green universe. Confirm?
Let's go ahead and spitting was a lousy idea. We agree. You better tell your story first. You can still have your defiant expression. So we're going to go and tell them. Spitting just does the same thing. Sorry about the choppiness. I don't know why it's doing that. Get a picture of grandfather. Yes, poor granddad. Green universe broccoli attack.
You lied to me. Logo was impossible. Could not see the shuttle from space. Tell truth, no lie. Confirm?
Continue your definitely unembellished story. Let's go and tell him. Okay, so we're in the game. We're gonna pick up a piece of bubble gum. It does that automatically. Looks at the chicken automatically.
Greetings. I'm your funerary spacesuit's built-in guide to the world of space funerals. Before we start communicating further, confirm that you are still able to read after the impact.
I am able to read. I'm going to click the left mouse button.
Splendid. You've gotten into a non-standard situation. The Breathedge Global Funeral Agency is proud of its impeccable history. However, your death may cause the loss of its reputation. Therefore, we suggest that you stop the gas leak and survive.
Okay, first thing you want to do is
When
pick
picking
up
up any useful items, you can stuff them in your pockets, calling it an inventory, if you will.
Now, generally, what everybody does, and I've watched a couple of videos on this, let's plug the gas leak. Yay, we plugged it.
To stop the leakage, you'll need an object without any holes.
Okay, well that didn't work out so good. Press
Take out the chewing
tab,
gum from your pocket.
and let's take out the chewing gum, and you can either drag it
Try not to get your
to
funerary
number
spacesuit
one,
sticky while holding the chewing gum in your hand.
or you can also just press number 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever number you want it on, 1 through 4. So,
Stick it somewhere except for your face.
okay, let's plug this leak. Press 1. That's on our fingers now, and hold down.
You
the
deserve some words of encouragement. That's impressive. You've almost won.
Yeah, I've almost
Remember
won.
that the funerary spacesuit isn't designed for long-term use of persons or animals in outer space. It is recommended to immediately call for help on the interphone, improve the spacesuit, or become depressed.
Alright, this is the shuttle that we saw at the beginning of the game, and this is where we start. There's some objects we can pick up that are all around. There's a processor that we can use to make items. Here is a blueprint that we can pick up. Here is the radio control, and I'm just going to go and turn that off. And these are the lights. So we have the lights on or off. We can look at pictures, we can look at the calendar, and there's different things to read on all of this stuff. We will probably do that a little bit later. Let's try to get into the game. So I know
When you
I'm gonna
discover a
pick
new
up
blueprint
this.
of an item, it is automatically added to the memory reprocessor in the kitchen, where you can create this item using the necessary resources. Probably.
Probably. I like that line. Probably. So here's the interphone, and that's what it's telling us to use, because there's a fist on it, as you can see right there. When we get back a ways, you can definitely see that fist right there, so that's good. This is an inventory, and we need to hold down the button, and then you can shift and right click. I think I just used that, to be honest, or I dropped it. I dropped it. Okay. Pick it up. Right click, shift left click to put it in, and then tab to get back out. And there are some items on the floor that we can pick up and look at. They're not going to do us any good right this minute. Some physics books that we can look at. Let's go ahead and examine this real quick. A rare edition of physics in several volumes. They say the one who reads all 50 books will become the person who reads all these books. I'm just going to leave that there. There's no point in picking it up. Here is a book. Let's go and examine this one. Yes, exactly. You got it right. It's a book. It has pages inside, letters and numbers on these pages. It also has crumpled corners and traces of greasy fingers. It smells like a book, looks like a book, and tastes no different from a book. So it's a book. Yes, I get that. Okay. Let's go ahead and take this back scratcher. Alright, now we can make a grabber, and let's go and see some different things. Here is a...
The waste disposal system is damaged and is operating in reverse mode. The toilet can suck objects flying past the shuttle when the tanks are full.
So basically you don't want to use this because your wee-wee is going to come flying back out at you, and you don't want that. So here is the processor. Let's go and take a look at this. Now here's the back scratcher. And here's all the stuff that we can make. So there's food and water, equipment. So there's enhanced spacesuit and helmet. Enhanced spacesuit is the same as a regular spacesuit, except painted with lead paint and for greater moral support against radiation. Do not use while pregnant, or lead, obviously. Helmet, if you don't learn physics at school and screw special lead antennas to the helmet, they can help in protecting you from radiation, although thicker glass will be even more effective. Okay, tools, the grabber. Here is the grabber. So we need those 4 items that are in red. Refined metal, battery, wire, and aluminum. I'll show you where to find some of that stuff. And items. So we can make alcohol, but we need ice and alkali. And I'm not sure where the alkali is, but we have to find it. common resources, composite resources, and objects, containers, and stations. I don't know how to make a lot of this stuff yet, so I'm still kind of learning this game too. Here, let's examine this right here. So this is a drill blueprint. Grandpa's garage was full of such blueprints. With them, even a hamster could assemble a tiny helicopter for itself if it had the will and a Phillips head screwdriver. Let's go ahead and take this. Now we're going to right click to take it. Okay, now we can make the drill. So let's first off put that in here so we save our space, and then let's shift left and left click, and that'll put it in there, and escape to get back out. Now when we go back to here, then you can see that under the equipment, now tools, now there's the drill. So we can make that now. Yay! Alright. Let's go outside and I'll show you guys some of the things that are out here. This is that oxygen leak that we plugged right at the beginning of the game. There's that chewing gum. We can't take it or anything, but it's right there. Once we head out here,
A source of
our
increased
oxygen
radiation
will
is
start
detected.
going
Probably
down.
this is the central core of the liner. Be careful. The radiation will kill you instantly in such a suit.
And use your WASD keys to move around. The blue is ice. That's nutritious goo. This is nutritious goo. You can read that for yourself, and you can pause the video if you need to. There's ice all around. There is a whole lot of ice, and we're going to need a lot of it to do anything. Our oxygen is actually getting down there. It's down on the lower left. And I'll explain that stuff here in just a minute. We're going to have to pick up some metal and some other things. So we're going to be doing that here in just a short couple of seconds. Let's get back inside here. We don't have to go all the way in, but we do got to go in enough to be able to get oxygen. That's just in this area. Down on the bottom left, it says eat. Yes, bottom left. Eat, drink, and then comrade, take care of yourself. And the health is all in red, and the breathe is in the blue, and I has 50. That's how much health of air we have, is 50. Now, we need to find metal, and there is metal around. We just have to find it. And the best way to do that is just to look around and see what we can see. We need a lot of stuff. We need water by getting the ice. Here's some metal right here, this orange. That's what we need. Now we can begin making refined metal because we found a piece of metal. Now there are big chunks of metal like this right here, but we can't do anything with those because we have to break them. And if you go over to them, it says break. So, yep, that says break. And we can't break that because we need a handy scrapper. So, I'll show you guys how to make the handy scrapper in a minute, but first we need a lot more metal, and we're going to have to make some food and water. Alright. Let's pick up quite a bit more ice and nutritious goo, and then we will make some food and water, and I'll show you guys how to do that. We are going to need 4 pieces of metal to be able to make the refined metal, and therefore make the handy scrapper. But we need to make the refined metal first to be able to make the handy scrapper, and that's something that we just have to be able to find to do. So first things first, let's get a little more goo. There's a radio right there behind it, but again, if you go up to it, we have to break it. So that's something that you gotta kind of learn in this game. Is you gotta break a lot of things open to get the contents that are inside of it. And as soon as we can make the handy scrapper, I'll show you guys that. Let's come over to the workbench and let's go ahead and see what we can do. Okay, so we have some of this nutritious goo and we have some of this ice. Now, if we look at the food, it says 1 nutritious goo and 1 ice. Let's go ahead and make one. When you click on something, do not back out. You will lose whatever it takes to make these items. So we'll lose 1 nutritious goo and 1 ice if we back out or change to another tab. Just so you guys know if you guys are interested in this game. Water takes 2 ice. And you can see the thirst is 30 on that, and the hunger is 25 on the nutrition. So, I mean, that's not a bad thing, but we have 3 pieces of metal. Okay, we're getting really close. Let's go ahead and drink a bottle of water. We cannot drink anything from our inventory or eat anything from our inventory. We have to back out and then press tab, and you just back out pressing tab. Okay, let's go and use the water for sure. So that's 30, and we're going to be almost full, and that's 25. So that'll be it's almost full again. And let's go out and find some other items. Now, for the drill, let's look at that real quick. Okay, here's resources. The refined metal. We need 1 more metal. The equipment for the drill is refined metal, battery, and thick electrical tape. And for the grabber, refined metal, battery, wire, and aluminum. I know where to find the wire, so let me show you guys where that is. There's actually about 3 pieces of wire that we can grab pretty much right away. The first, here's some more metal right over here. You can see it has an orange and white look to it, and that's the metal. The little ones we can pick up, the big ones we cannot. We have to break those. Okay, there's 2 of those. There's 2 pieces of wire right
Judging
over
by the
here.
primary analysis of the destruction, most of the passengers of the liner died. This might be the biggest catastrophe in the history of astronautics, the reasons for which are yet to be clarified.
Okay, there's 2 pieces of wire. And just over here, right over here, is another piece of wire. So we have 3 pieces of wire right off the bat. That's good. Now we need to hurry up and get back over there. Otherwise, we're going to run out of oxygen. And we're actually getting really low right now. Now, luckily, we do have some health. But I would prefer to not have to waste that health. Come on, here we go. That was close. That was a little too close. No, we can't try to extract that, but we need shears, and that's for fabric, and I'll show you guys that. So when you come out here, and I can show you also inside there, there's going to be this thing right here, and this is going to be fabric. So he says take, and it says fabric right beneath that. Roll of fabric. Okay. Now let's get these items here, because these are all nutrition and water, and that's going to be good for us. That, and when they are highlighted, you know that you can take them. So that's a good thing. I know there's a bottle of water again around here somewhere. I thought there was. Okay, here is a bottle of water. And again, you can see that your breath doesn't exactly last a long time. So yeah, you've got to be really careful about that. I'm using W to move around. And just trying to make sure that I keep moving towards the shuttle. And of course you want to stop. You can press Alt and you kind of stop yourself. We can pick up this cup and examine it. Let's examine it and let's go ahead and take it with the right mouse button. Okay. Let's take this water or the ice. This is a chunk of ice. We need to break that to get the contents out. And there's a lot more stuff. Here's another piece of metal. I don't know. Here we go. We'll grab this metal right here. And let's, okay, stabilize with Alt. And then that kind of stops you from moving. So that's a good thing. Here's something that we can get, and we need to break it. So we can't do that right now, like I said, because we need the handy scrapper. So we have a lot of stuff on us now. Let's go ahead and see what we can make in this. Let's go and use this now. Okay, for the resources, now we have a roll of fabric, and we can make a refined metal. Once we do, then we'll be able to make the handy scrapper, because if we still look underneath the tools, we still cannot make the handy scrapper, because we have not made the refined metal. I just happened to find that out quite by accident by making the refined metal for this grabber, which we won't need right now, but soon we will. Let's go ahead and grab this. Alright, now we have 3 pieces of metal. Let's look under equipment and tools and items. Okay, well, we can't do anything there. I think let's bind this to the slot number 1. Okay, and I don't think now, I thought we can make that with the refined metal. I don't know where we find the items for the handy scrapper, so we're just gonna have to look around to see what we can find. Now I just said I will show you the fabric right down here. We can pick up this fabric. Okay, now we got that, and there's also one more piece of fabric right over here. Let's take that. Here's some rubber, and that's gonna make thick electrical tape, just like it says right there. Alright, now we can rest if we want to, but I don't really see a need to right now. This is a TV that we can watch a videotape that's right here on, and we'll try to do that soon. We're just not going to do that right this minute. Alright, let's look at this. Now we need to use this, so let's go ahead and try.
To adjust the antenna, you'll have to go into outer space.
Okay, now we need to go and just adjust the antenna. I'm going to show you guys where that is. Let's come out here. Now turn around and go behind us down over here, and we'll pick up some nutritious goo along the way. Pick that up, come over here, and here's the antenna. Alright.
That was a close call. Try to adjust the antenna very carefully.
Okay, let's adjust it.
You've got great engineering skills. You have broken the antenna completely. Now you will need some special equipment and interphone activation codes, which are encrypted in the memory of the steering wheel if it's still intact.
So you can see we kind of messed that up, but that's the way the game is done. That's what you're supposed to do. There is really no option for that. Alright, let's go back inside and let's get some more oxygen. We will be able to make oxygen tanks. It's just going to be a little while later before we can. Oh, come on. Get in there. Okay, we lost a tiny, insignificant amount of health, but we still did lose some health, and that's not necessarily good. But we're okay. Now, let's see if we can find any more stuff over here. I see another piece of wire that I never noticed earlier. Right up here. Okay, good. Wire, yay! Now we got another piece of wire. Let's see if there's anything in here that we can grab or use or anything, and it doesn't really look like there's anything we're going to be able to use. We can get plastic from there, but we need the handy scrapper again. And there's some more metal. And here's, oh, okay, here's a
standard coffin of the Global Funeral Agency. The opening of the coffin will be considered an offense and an act of vandalism, but no one will judge you if you die.
Alright, let's get back inside and see if we can actually do this right this time without losing any health. Alright, yay! Let's come over here. And resources, alright. So we have a refined metal, and here's the back scratcher. We can't really do anything with it right now, but... Okay, thick electrical tape. We need another piece of rubber, but we can't do that. We can't really do anything with that. Resources, a roll of fabric. We could make the fabric. We only have 3 pieces of fabric. Objects, stations. Let's go back to our steering wheel and let's see if we can get something off there, because it said something about going back to the steering wheel. Alright, that's back over here. So let's circle around this way. Come back over here. And here's the steering wheel.
It looks like the steering wheel. You need to try to connect to it. Great news! Using my ingenious 2-digit password matching algorithm, I managed to hack the interphone activation codes. Now all that's left is to build a cryptographic debugging station and reconfigure the interphone using these codes, which will take about 5 years with your current skills. Remember that you are still able to become depressed.
This game has so much humor in it, it's ridiculous. First time I was playing this, I thought it was really very funny. After a while, it does get a little old, but it's still funny. Equipment, tools, okay. Cryptograph debugging station, metal and wire. So we have the metal and we have lots of wire. Let's go and make this. Right. It's gonna go our inventory, and then we can put that on number 2. We can just put our mouse on it and then click the button that we want it to go to. Now let's go to number 2.
If you're sure that this is exactly what was on the blueprint, then try to reconfigure the receiver. If you have any doubts concerning it, then you will eventually suffer an electric shock, and then your spacesuit will automatically take your body measurements to order a coffin from our company. Thank you for choosing the Global Funeral Agency.
Let's go and debug. Okay, call for help. Now we need to call for help, and let's hold down the left mouse button. Okay, attention survivors. It will be in 4,369
The rescuer's arrival
years.
time exceeds your estimated lifespan by 4,369 years. You need to get to the extraction point yourself, getting past the radiation. However, it's impossible to do this with your current skills. To increase your level, you need to create some crap imposed by the developers.
Alright, now we need to figure out we're going to get past that. Let's come back into here. Equipment, tools, and now we can make the handy scrapper. So we need 3 metal. Let's go ahead and make this now. And I'll show you guys what we do with this. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put this on number 1. Okay. And then we're going to take the grabber that we picked up right there down below us, and we're going to put that in here. Okay, that's in there. That will save our inventory space right here because we need all the inventory room that we can get, and then we can put all of our extra inventory in here. We will be putting more stuff in there. We just got to do some other stuff for the time being. Okay, this is the handy scrapper. Babe, incredible. Survived one. I can see your avatar online. This thing right here has a durability of 35, so it's not going to last.
It wasn't possible to determine the coordinates of the survivor. Communication only works on reception, which gives a good reason not to respond and not to be distracted, despite the objections of the hormonal system.
This thing isn't going to last a long time, but it'll last long enough. You need to just continually click until this thing breaks, okay? Good, now we got some of that. Let's get some more water, or ice, I should say. And a couple more. Here's another piece of metal. And this, we can do the same thing to these ice chunks. Like this right down here, we can break that guy. I think right now it's kind of more important to get the metal to make stuff. So that way we have that. We're going to break up a couple things here in a minute. Let's get back inside, get some oxygen. Okay, and I'll show you guys how to make the battery. Let's have a eat and a drink. Alright, now we're doing pretty good. Let's come out here, and remember that radio that I was telling you guys about? Well, that's right over here. And don't touch those sparking electrical wires. You don't want to do that. And hopefully I'll be able to show you guys what to do with that soon. Let's break this. Okay, good. There's that thick electrical tape, a battery, and I think there was something else, but I'm not sure. Yes, this right here. Piece of metal. My name is Babe. I'm very beautiful. You saved me. I beg. I am completely alone. Take off your helmet. You may hear me cry. Hurry. Yeah.
Your interlocutor has a very sweet accent, causing fatal errors in my grammatical functions.
Yeah, she's funny. I ain't taking off my helmet for you, hon. If I die, then I can't rescue you. Alright, let's see how our durability's doing. Still pretty good. Alright. And we don't want to go too far away because we're going to get in trouble if we do. We can go over here a little way, see if we can maybe get a couple of pieces. But we just have to be really very careful because we could easily get into a lot of trouble very quickly because our oxygen isn't going to last. So let's just grab this right here and then we'll head back. Now remember to keep your shuttle within sight of where you are, know where it is, because if you get turned around out here, you may not make it back to it in time. As you can see, we just went over there, now we're headed back and we're already almost out of oxygen. So things don't last a super long time out here. We'll break open that thing we just passed here in just a minute. Get our oxygen. Alright. Let's come out here and let's see about breaking this thing right here. Tab to stabilize. Okay. Got some wire and I don't... Okay, there's some metal. Oh, cool. I think that was plastic, to be honest. I will look to see here in a minute. I'm just going to pick up a few items. Pick up this goo so we have some more food because we're going to need that. You guys can see there's a large area of destruction here that we can go through. And as we get farther, we will be able to pick up more stuff and do a lot more things. It's just going to take a little bit to get that far. I see dangerous place on the radar. There's many life-giving oxygen. You cannot fly here. Fly there. If you suddenly smoke there, you can explode. It is better to suffocate than to burn. You have a sick, twisted sense, honey. Okay, let's look in here. Let's make a little more food, because we are definitely going to be needing it. We have plenty of goo and ice. Yep, that was plastic that I picked up, and I can show you how to get the other plants. Of course, you already know. Just use your thing and whack it a couple times. And let's make another bottle of water. We're going to put the alcohol up there because we don't really need that. And let's go to resources. Okay, we have one of the rubber. We need to get more rubber. Objects, stations. Okay, here's crap imposed by the developers. Actually, some crap imposed by the developers. And, composite resources, the battery. We need metal and alkali. But if we go to equipment and tools, Now, is all we need is thick electrical tape, and we can make the drill. And then I can show you guys what we can do with that. Let me put a couple of things away in here like that. And the mug, and maybe a couple pieces of wire, a couple pieces of metal, the plastic. Let's come out here, and let's find something else to break open, and hopefully we'll get some good stuff. I know, right down here. There is... what's that? What's that? It's a battery. Okay, there's another battery. That's good. Let's break this guy open. These guys are actually really tough. They're hard to break open, but we can. Alright. We're not going to get many whacks, but we'll get some. One more whack. Okay, good. Good. Alright, shears. Yes. That's where I got the one from the first time. I see now. Okay. I did not know where I got them from. I just know I got some the first time. Now we can make shears. So anytime you find something you make something out of, it puts the blueprint in here. And then that way we can make it. Alright. Are you still alive? I cannot name my coordinates, but there's debris here and there's debris on the left. You have to help. I beg you, quick. Fly to me through the radiation. Yeah, no thank you. Okay, tools. Now, we have shears. We can make metal, wire, and scissors. So that's what we need to make it. Metal, wire, and scissors. Durability 10. Yeah, not good durability, but... because we have the scissors, and we have to use the scissors to make that. Now, resources, we can make the thick electrical tape. Let's make that, because this is more important, in all honesty. Okay, we have lots of rubber, so now we can make another one, but we're not going to right now. Let's go to tools, and let's make the drill. This is actually an important piece. Alright, we find metal, battery, and thick electrical tape. Let's make this. And then we'll probably be ending the episode shortly after this, but I wanted to show you guys how to do this. Go to tab. Let's put this on number 2. Alright, now. Okay, that's the drill, and I'll show you guys. Now, we need aluminum for stuff, and I'll show you guys where that is. So if you come over here, there's an asteroid right over here, and I'm not sure. I think one of these is alkali, and the other one is aluminum, and that's probably ice. And, okay, ice supply, tab, go down. Here's aluminum, so let's right-click, and we'll get that. One more. Okay, we got that's 3 pieces of aluminum, so that's actually quite a bit. This is useful for alkali and the aluminum, and as far as I know, that is about it. For whacking things, you definitely need your handy scrapper. So make this pretty much first so you can do other things. Okay, we're making headway. We're doing actually pretty good, I think. Yeah, might as well just go and have one of each. Alright, let's find some more goo if we can, so we can make some more food. There's some water right here. Hardest thing is controlling this, because you're just kind of like, well, you are in space. You're floating around, and trying to get this thing to go the direction you want it to go is sometimes a little bit difficult. Let's do that, and, no, I'm not saving you, honey. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of barely saving myself right now. And I would love to save you, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait. So, alright, guys. Well, I hope you guys are seeing what to do in this game. It's actually really fun. It is a survival crafting game for obvious reasons. It does have a lot of potential. There's only 1 chapter, as I've said before. And there's a lot of things to do in this game. They just haven't done a lot of things. Let's go ahead and maybe take a quick second and we'll look at some of these pictures. And then we'll be ending the episode. The chicken was passed on in our family from generation to generation. But she lived Grandpa even more than worms, I think. And Grandpa always returned the affection. So there's an immortal chicken in the game, and that's the one that we had, that we picked up. So, or that we stuffed in the pipe. I've always been good looking, although my beard was not as thick in my childhood. By the age of 3, it got better. I love that picture with the beard. I think it's freaking hilarious. And here's a kitten for whatever reason. Harry the cat was my first and last pet. He was a proud and good one. Even the chicken respected him, I guess. At least she attacked me more than him. So apparently, yeah, the cat was always attacking him. Okay, and here is some more pictures. Let's go ahead and look at this. Grandpa's portrait. My grandfather. I don't know when I painted this exactly, but I remember that Grandpa's colleagues were laughing their heads off and calling it alkaline. Why they hung it over his bed is a mystery. Okay, there's that one and this one. Happy birthday, Grandpa. Man. So apparently that's his name, is Man. My notion of starships in childhood didn't differ much from my knowledge of them today. I drew this masterpiece at 6 or 7, and I'm still proud of it. And this one, home. Grandpa couldn't live without space, but he loved home very much, just as any astronaut. And you can see there's a lot of stuff here. We will be looking at the TV and going over that videotape in a little bit. There's some Chick Belch beer right here. Chick U Belch beer. Here's a picture of Grandpa that we were looking at. So we can, let's go and take that because that's kind of, you know, an heirloom, a keepsake, you might say. There's another book up here, but that's the same physics book that we looked at just a little bit ago, and that's the videotape that we can put in here, and we will be doing that probably a little bit later, not right now. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I thank you guys for watching. Thank you to all the new subscribers that have been here. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. There are a few more things to look at, my friends. A picture with the autographs of Grandpa's best friends. It was from the times when their crazy gang went on, as they called it, a space odyssey, which lasted almost a year and put them on the blacklist of most bars on inhabited planets. They were really cool guys, all already gone. Oh, sad. We'll leave that one there, and then we'll, the chicken's portrait. All photo albums at home are filled with pictures of the chicken, a portrait with a dark background, a portrait with a light background, a master shot in the rain, a photo of it sitting heroically on a chair. This family heirloom now belongs to me, and I can't even get rid of it by giving it to anybody. Apparently he doesn't want it either, so yeah, it wasn't worth blowing bubbles into the face of this immortal bird. The school wanted me to sign on as the sprinter after that race. That day I flew because the chicken is chasing him. But I love that he's a kid and he has that beard. That kills me. And then here's him with his grandfather. A good photo. It was taken 2 years before Grandpa's death. Jack has outlived him. Will probably outlive me as well. So he looks the same as in the photos. So there's that chicken. And there's other things that we can do in here. We haven't got that far. Now for the shears, we'll be able to use the shears in here and actually get that fabric off of there, and then we'll have a little bit more fabric, and that will help us out a lot. And then we are going to go a little farther, make the oxygen tanks, get that going, and then we're going to do a lot more stuff. So hopefully, I haven't made it too far in this game. I have played some, and where we need to go, I'll go and show you guys really quick before we end the episode. So where we are going is down over there in that direction, right down there. We got to go down there, but that's going to be a little bit. We're not going to do that right now because it's a long trip and you got to move fast and try to get back fast. So hopefully we'll be able to make oxygen tanks after that, but they're kind of expensive. Alright guys, well this is the Fudge 3004. This is Breathedge, and I thank you for being here, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you guys next time. Bye bye. Oh, babe. Only on my monitor, the signals of the rescue shuttles appeared right at this point, but no one answered. Probably there's danger there, so it's worth to fly. Isn't she funny? No, not so much. Alright guys, see you later. Bye-bye.